Hey guys, this is IrieStarcraft and I'm back to cast another game for you. This will be a 2 versus 2 and it's going to be on Scorched Haven. The teams are going to be dSeleCT, the red Terran player, and FXOpTiKzErO, the blue Protoss player. Their opponents will be haCkProTech, the teal Zerg, and Power, the purple Terran player. And I've been hearing a lot about Select and opTiKzErO just tearing up the 2v2 scene lately, so I'm looking forward to this game. Obviously, these two are two of the best players in the world, well known for their exploits in 1v1. Select, in particular, has been ranked way up on the ladder. He's been like first in the world 1v1s before, so no doubt he is legitimate. Player. And Terran, his strongest race. opTiKzErO is definitely a Protoss player, and he is going to be throwing his first pylon down front and center here, so that's interesting. We'll see what he decides to do about that. Maybe try and create a little bit more of a choke here to ward off the early pressure. As you know, ProTech is definitely going to be 10 pooling, as you almost have to in the high level play as a Zerg to be able to cause some kind of harassment and force your opponents into a build that they wouldn't normally have to do. And so I definitely expect to see some early Zergling harassment, and Power usually will start heading towards a Hellion build and go from there, but we'll see once they scout this front here, as they have just done apparently. Just scouted this front and seen that it's going to be walled in. We'll see if Power opts to continue with this tech route or where he goes. But anyway, I wanted to get this out there before I get too far into this game, but this is probably going to be my last cast before I go on a 2-week trip to South America. As you see, this probe just doing work in the mineral line, being so annoying. And so I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks. I will not be able to upload any videos or cast any because I don't have a laptop, and I'm not going to be worried about trying to find the internet as I hop around city to city and whatnot. So yeah, I'm going to stop at this cast because I'm not going to have time to upload more than this before I leave. So this is going to do it for me, and then you know, I'm sorry you guys, I've got a bunch of other submissions that I won't be able to get to until I get back, so just hang in there, hang tight, and enjoy some of your summer. Maybe go outside for a little bit, I don't know. But anyway, it looks like ProTech has actually squeaked some Zerglings through here as I was just going on, and ProTech has actually squeaked 4 Zerglings in through that wall, and is actually going to try and micro them against these zealots. Against this zealot, he's doing a pretty damn good job of it, but now with the probe support, he is going to end up losing these Zerglings. He's got to take out that zealot to make it worth it, and he actually did not take the zealot out. opTiKzErO doing a nice job of keeping that alive, and now with this bunker set up, this will be fairly secure for a while. We'll see if ProTech goes directly into a Baneling's nest or what he decides to do. As of now, he has not really revealed that yet. And by the way, opTiKzErO with a Stargate. A Stargate just finishing. What is going to come out of this Stargate? Will it be a Void Ray? He seems to be waiting for that 150 gas. And will it be a Void Ray? No, he has gone with Warp Gate Tech first. Is it going to be a Phoenix? I'm waiting and waiting to see. I guess it doesn't matter. He just now became unsupplied locked. And a Void Ray is on the way out for opTiKzErO. So Select has got 2 barracks and working on Marines and bunkers and beefing up the front. opTiKzErO, meanwhile, is trying to get a very fast Void Ray. And let's see, he is actually chrono boosting that out, not even worrying about chrono boosting his Warp Gate technology. So we'll see if he tries to be aggressive with 1 Void Ray, or if he tries to, yeah, it looks like he will be aggressive with 1 Void Ray and follow it up with a Phoenix. He may just be Overlord hunting. Because Power does have some Marines on the field, which reminds me he did not end up going for that Hellion build, which is a smart switch, considering that opTiKzErO and Select going very defensive here. So Power going bio heavy, gonna start working on those upgrades and getting Marines and Marauders out, and the Void Ray has been revealed now, and so we'll see how they respond to it. Unfortunately for FXOpTiKzErO, there is a lot of Marines right here, and this Void Ray is not going to be able to do much at all. He's going to be relegated to Overlord hunting, it seems, for a while, because now that he's been revealed, the Void Ray really needed to come into the Zerg base. However, look at ProTech. He's got 3 queens ready. As soon as he saw that Void Ray and that's and Phoenix out there, he's like, I need extra queens. Definitely a smart play there. And one thing though, the Void Ray will keep the Zerglings from chilling right outside of here and threatening to do some kind of Baneling bust, which ProTech still has not opted to reveal or decide where he's going to go with his tech, as he is continuing to make Zerglings for now, and actually going to try and break the front are ProTech and Power with the Marines and Marauders up front here, being a little bit indecisive. A nice force field there from FXOpTiKzErO, keeping these units out, and it looks like they will be able to take out this barracks here. And once that barracks goes down, this front is really wide open. Some more nice force fields from FXOpTiKzErO, but he is out of energy now, and the sentry is down. This area is totally exposed. ProTech continuing to send Zerglings, you can see on the minimap streaming in, as well as grabbing that natural expansion, and Power now taking out the gateway at the front. This bunker, unfortunately for Select, cannot reach this army. Now the stim having finished for Power, he's going to stim up and go right after this bunker. Select is going to be able to hold the bunker though, with 5 SCVs repairing, and Power losing a lot of units trying to take out that bunker. Maybe not a very smart play. Should have come right into the Protoss base to begin with. Killing this pylon right here would unpower a lot of buildings. They should be thinking about that. But they are going to be going for the probes. There are a couple of zealots that have been warped in just in the nick of time for FXOpTiKzErO, and they will be able to force this attack back. FXOpTiKzErO now with a couple of stalkers and a sentry coming up from below. ProTech is continuing to try and send reinforcements here, but it does not look like that's going to pan out, as he is going to be forced to fall back. Excuse me there. Wow, that got pretty intense there for a minute. I thought that Power and ProTech may be able to break them, but I swear, just this bunker, I was criticizing Select for the placement of this bunker, but he made it work. And you see that was weird. He lifted the barracks up, and it was almost like he was using that barracks to get in the way and force some extra micro, I should say, from Power. As you did notice, thank God for that ping that ProTech saw this down here, as there is a Hellion drop on the way. Power should be ready for this, as Select, I expect to see these Hellions getting dropped right in the back of Power's base. Is he ready for this? His Marines are way out of position. A lot of SCVs may die here to this Infernal Pre-Igniter Hellions. The SCVs are chasing them. He actually only managed to kill like 1 or 2 SCVs. And a nice job by Select, really putting on some harassment here, but it doesn't look like... Oh, he is actually going to be able to... Oh, there's some SCVs lined up right here. Could he get another few SCVs? He did. Then the Hellion still being saved into the medevac. A great play there from Select. And continuing to harass with this Hellion, being so annoying. And just... Power is just unable to intercept this medevac, and ProTech is just following it around on the ground. And at the same time, FXOpTiKzErO continuing to produce some Phoenix here. Is going to be doing some worker harass of his own, it looks like. Trying to kill Overlords, or maybe that is what he's trying to do. But ProTech does have enough Queens back here, it looks like, to deal with this. He has moved all of his Overlords. Oh, the medevac survives with 6 hit points here. ProTech, yeah, he has all his Overlords way back here because of all these Phoenix that are all over the map. So now FXOpTiKzErO and Select definitely have map control. Excuse me there, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm not in my perfect mental state for casting, but this is really becoming quite an exciting game, and I wanted to get some games in before I leave for vacation. So I'm doing my best here. And ProTech, though, now he does have 9 Mutalisks on the field, going to be flying right into Optic's base, and Optic is trying to make more Void Rays. He has 4 Void Rays sitting here. If he's not careful, the Mutas It looks like this is actually going to be enough Void Rays to take this. He's trying to micro the Void Rays back, but the Mutos are so much faster than the Void Rays. Could Protech actually take out all these Voids? One more Void Ray comes out at the last second. It looks like that is going to be enough to take out the Mutos. That was going to be very close, but that last Void Ray made a big difference, and some great micro here from FXOpTiKzErO to keep his Void Rays alive. Protech will be forced to retreat with the Mutalisks. And FXOpTiKzErO apparently is picking up random Marines that are chilling around, because that really sounded like a Marine dying. And Select now has transitioned into Banshees and Siege Tanks. I just saw that Banshee there. Does he have any sort of tech for that Banshee? Maybe he's just building the one Banshee, because there's no add-on on this starport. And I don't see another starport. Is there any more harassment going on? There was another Banshee back here. Okay, so he already had the cloaking researched, and it looks like he was doing some more harassment with that Banshee back here. I apologize, you guys, I did not see that, as FXOpTiKzErO and Select have just been relentless with their harassment. They're maintaining map control with the Phoenix, and these Void Rays actually being used defensively by FXOpTiKzErO. We'll see what he tries to go from there. There's been so much action all over the place, I'm afraid I'm missing stuff. This Banshee with only 15 life left, I guess he's just going to leave it here and try and let it regenerate some magic or some energy there. As it looks like now Select is going to be lifting buildings off to expand here in the top. And what was that? Did you guys see that? Did you see that? FXOpTiKzErO used these. Okay, he used these Phoenix to graviton the tanks down here. That was like a poor man's medevac. Well, that was weird. I don't even know how you could do that. That was really strange. Okay, so apparently, I mean, these guys come up with all kinds of crazy stuff, man. How would you even think of that? And though it looks like right as these bears get lifted off, Power and Protech are going to come right up the gut when FXOpTiKzErO and Select were least expecting it, and the Void Rays are going to be forced to come down here and try and deal with a whole bunch of Hydras and Marines. And it looks like, I thought it was going to be pretty close, but it looks like the left team is going to be able to hold it off. These Void Rays are going to be too powerful. They're going to be too much. These Marines need to get in on these Void Rays right here, and it may be a little bit too late. Actually, now with more Hydras on the way and Marines, the Void Rays are going to be forced to fall back. And now FXOpTiKzErO in a lot of trouble. He actually built a fleet beacon, and I don't know why he built the fleet beacon. I guess it was to get more weapon upgrades. And there goes the fleet beacon, and there goes the expansion. Oh man, worst possible timing for the left team, and FXOpTiKzErO trying to use this ledge the best he can to fight with these Void Rays. But now with a bunch of roaches and still a couple of Hydras from Protech in here, will he be able to take out these Stargates before they can make any more Void Rays? It looks like Protech is going to sacrifice these roaches to try and take out the Stargates. Actually, there goes all the roaches. Select did manage to save this building, this command center, and he's going to land it again. He used the siege tanks to protect it down there. But some damage has definitely been done, and Power still has these Marauders chilling down here and could kill quite a few Hellions here. These siege tanks are about to rip through the Marauders, but not before they kill all of the Hellions except for 2. And Power is continuing to stream units here. He needs to really think about falling back. They can't continue to stream units one at a time in here against the likes of Select and FXOpTiKzErO. So we'll see if Power catches these units that are on auto rally point down here, because they're about to run into some tanks and Hellions, and Protech losing some Hydras unnecessarily there. He is sending these 4 Hydras up here, but a nice job again by Select walling this off, and with the siege tanks in there, there's just no way that they're going to be able to break that base. Their best bet at this point is to try and expand themselves, or what Power's doing, to shuttle some units up there. And this Banshee though sees this army, so Select and FXOpTiKzErO will be ready for any kind of attack up in this direction, as this Banshee from Select is going to be sneaky in here, and it will be able to get lots of kills as Protech with no spore crawlers, no detectors back here. Cloaked Banshee in the base. ProTech's base is totally exposed. The scan going off, but it would help if there was something to kill it with, as now there are 4 Corruptors on the field for ProTech, but the Banshee is out of range. Here comes the Overseer finally to clean up that Banshee, as this Banshee is going to have a nice time canceling these missile turrets as soon as they get thrown down. We'll see if Power realizes this is going on. As this Banshee is just pretty much on hold position here, killing the turrets before they even could finish or start. So it looks like ProTech will fly his Corruptors down to take care of that. Meanwhile, armies are consolidating for the right team at the top center. FXOpTiKzErO though with 11 Void Rays. And oh, Power trying to shuttle some units up to this high ground. That did not pay off at all. The Void Rays were just sitting there. He should have scanned before he did that probably, or I don't know. But it seemed like Power didn't even realize that those Void Rays were there. Instead, ProTech is going to take these roaches and bust right into here. There is a planetary fortress here, though. I thought at a glance at first that that was an orbital command, but no, it is a planetary fortress. And with all of these tanks, man, there's no way they are going to break this base. So they are wisely falling back. They did lose a lot of units, though. Checking the units lost tab, we do see actually that it's pretty much even, because FXOpTiKzErO has the least. You can tell top and bottom teams pretty even, though. Pretty crazy intense game. Look at the average APM in this game. The current APM, this is an idle APM basically. There's no battles going on here, but still these guys are all freaking 150, 200 APM, just going berserk here. And we now have 3 upgrades for Power. That is really going to make his bio army extremely powerful. He has 2 more starports on the way. And these starports are going to be making Vikings, which is exactly what he needs finally to deal with all of these Void Rays. There's so many Void Rays. 15 Void Rays now that are at 2-0 there, so they do have 2 attack upgrades. FXOpTiKzErO is just pumping Void Rays. 2 more are even on the way right now. And now Select will be sending some Hellions across here to try and harass this expansion, but wisely Power has 2 barracks here to block this, but Select 1 step ahead. With his medevac, he is going to drop 4 Hellions right in the back here, and Power is going to be screwed. A nice play from Select. Look at this, how many SCVs are getting torched up right now. 2 Marauders, though, are dropping out from Power's medevac, and these Marauders should be able to clean up the Hellions, but not before they killed just about every single SCV that was down here. So really putting the hurt on Power's economy right now. Income-wise, if you want to take a look, FXOpTiKzErO and Select, it still is about the same. ProTech, it's because ProTech does have this base fully saturated. And it looks like FXOpTiKzErO and Select are going to push out, and could we be about to be seeing... I know that was a really roundabout way of saying that, but could we be about to be seeing the final battle of our time? The epic battle to determine it all. Here we go, Void Rays and Corruptors going at it in the air. Vikings in the back for Power, and look at all the Marines and Marauders with the upgrades trying to push forward. So many tanks in the back for Select, but there's not enough units in front of these tanks to take all the hits. It looks like they will force the ground army back, though, because there are just too many tanks. And the Void Rays, though, there are so many Corruptors for ProTech. He has gone 1 up on all of these Void Rays and just said, I'm going to make 1,000,000 Corruptors, and you won't be able to stop me. And now Power with all the Vikings. The air army for FXOpTiKzErO has been defeated, and now all there is are all of these tanks. So we'll see if ProTech, does he have a Hive Tech? He does have Hive Tech already. Is he going for that greater spire? I don't know where his spire is or was, but it looks like, oh, at the same time, Select with a great with a great Hellion run by has killed just about every drone at this base. This game has been just absolutely back and forth, really well played by both teams. And I was trying to look for a greater spire. There is a greater spire for ProTech on the way. It's halfway done. Because I'm thinking, okay, Brood Lords is the next logical step here with all of these Corruptors, and now with all the Void Rays dead. What is FXOpTiKzErO going to do? He's going for gateways now. FXOpTiKzErO trying to transition to ground army. He did just finish a Twilight Council. We'll see if he tries to throw on a Dark Shrine or something. After losing his entire army of Void Rays. Nice job by Power at the last possible second to land this barracks. We'll be able to keep those Hellions at bay, and ProTech cleaning that up with a few roaches. So many tanks, though, is going to be a big deal for the right team to handle. Now we do have 10 Broodlords morphing in right now. That is going to be huge, and the Broodlords will be very well protected with all of these Vikings, and still a few Corruptors on the field. And Power with a straight-up Marauder army, 3/3 upgrades, Vikings, Corruptors, Marauders, and Broodlords about to spawn out. They will be able to trap this army, and ProTech is bringing the Broodlords down here. And if FXOpTiKzErO and Select are not careful, all of these siege tanks will get trapped down here by the Broodlords. The Corruptors from ProTech are going to die here, and it looks like Power is waiting. As soon as these Broodlords get in position on this high ground, Power is going to trap this army, stem up with the Marauders, and try and take the siege tanks. Are out of siege mode, and they are totally exposed. Select trying to siege up some of these ones in the back, but these Broodlords, I swear, are just going to be way too much. The tanks are completely screwed with this many Broodlords in the air. All the Broodlings on the ground. The tanks are all going to be blowing each other up. And really, though, look at these tanks. Can't even get out. All the tanks dying so fast to the Broodlords. And Broodlords, the ultimate trump card in this game. Power is going to be trying to make an attack happen here with his army at the same time. The Broodlords just too slow. And with the 3/3 upgraded Marauders, 0/0 on the ground for Select, 0/0 on the ground for FXOpTiKzErO. And that is going to be the difference. I wanted to find a siege tank there to see if he had upgrades on those siege tanks. Not that it mattered against the Broodlords, but wow, that was a really intense game. Trying desperately to get a Templar Archive was FXOpTiKzErO after losing all of the Void Rays. That was pretty exciting, so thank you, Power, for sending me this game. And so it is... I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm going on a trip, and I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, so this is going to be the last cast. And so hang in there, keep playing StarCraft, and I will be back before you know it. So thank you again, Power, for this game. It was a pleasure to cast. Very exciting. And that is going to do it for me. This is IrieStarcraft, and peace out.